French Prime Minister Jean Castex announced that restrictions for vaccinated travelers are being lifted on Saturday. French Prime Minister Jean Castex announced that restrictions for vaccinated travelers are being lifted on Saturday. France requires 24-hour negative coronavirus test for unvaccinated travelers from UK and 5 EU countries. For unvaccinated UK visitors, the deadline for a negative COVID-19 test was reduced from 48 hours before departure to 24 hours. Deadline for unvaccinated visitors from Spain, Portugal, the Netherlands, Greece and Cyprus was reduced from 72 hours to 24. French authorities announced that unvaccinated visitors from the UK, Spain, Portugal, the Netherlands, Greece and Cyprus will have to submit a negative PCR or antigen test for COVID-19 that was taken less than 24 hours prior to their departure before they are allowed to enter France. For unvaccinated UK visitors, the deadline for a negative COVID-19 test was reduced from 48 hours before departure to 24 hours. The same deadline for unvaccinated visitors from Spain, Portugal, the Netherlands, Greece and Cyprus was reduced from 72 hours to 24. The change in entry requirements is set to take effect on Monday, July 19. At the same time, French Prime Minister Jean Castex announced that restrictions for vaccinated travelers are being lifted on Saturday. Vaccines are effective against the virus, especially the Delta variant, the Prime Minister said, adding that travelers from countries on France's so-called red list still have to self-isolate for 7 days even if they have been vaccinated. The change in France's entry policy comes a day after the UK excluded France from its plan to allow fully vaccinated Brits avoid quarantine upon returning from amber list countries. People arriving from France still have to self-isolate for 10 days and get tested twice due to the prevalence of the Beta variant, formerly known as the South African variant, officials said. We have always been clear that we will not hesitate to take rapid action at our borders to stop the spread of COVID-19 and protect the gains made by our successful vaccination program, UK Health Secretary Sajid Javid said. French President Emmanuel Macron said this week that all health workers must be immunized by September 15, while the country's scientists have called for mandatory vaccination of everyone. According to the government, overall, 55% of the French population has been fully vaccinated.